If you're an enjoyer of playing Toll, this video is for you. We're playing as the Netherlands, and we're showing how you can develop for little to no mana points your provinces, get the highest income in the world. We're literally getting more money than the Ottomans with 14 provinces, which is crazy. I tried to explain a little bit more in depth everything about playing Toll in this video and how to boost up your economy, so do make sure to pay attention. If we get 5,000 likes on this part, we're gonna do the next late game playing Toll part of the campaign, because I am trying to get to 1821 as the Netherlands. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy the content. I am trying to get to 230,000 subs before May 20th as a little challenge with waifu, which said that it's not possible for me to get that many subs by then. I want to show her that we're stronger. Please subscribe. So boys, to give a little bit of a review of what exactly is happening in our particular run, it is 1492. We are of course able to form the Dutch nation. If you've seen the previous part of the campaign, link in the description below. We have already formed the Dutch nation, but I alt F4'd so that I don't have the Dutch nation formed. There's a few reasons for that. Main one is because I want to still be a part of the HRE, and if I form the Dutch nation, I will leave the HRE unless I become an elector. So we're going to be trying to vassalize Köln, become an elector. That way we can remain within the HRE and take advantage of the various HRE reforms that will help us even more easily play Toll in the process. We do have Oldenburg and Friesland as our subjects in the north, and I still have about 4 provinces I need to take to complete the lowland conquest from Burgundy, which is allied to Austria, so that's going to be actually a pretty big war, but we can call in the French, the Poles, and Savoy, so that's going to be a fun war. I am, however, waiting. I do have a little bit of aggressive expansion right now, so once my AE is down, we'll attack and we'll take over what's left here in Namur, Liège, Lune, and so on. Before we get to that point, we have some things we need to do to improve our nation, such as lowering the autonomy in the 2 provinces up north. We also have to get rid of the rebels. They're going to be spawning in Utrecht soon, and our army is already set to suppress rebels, so they're going to automatically destroy them when that happens. We have given out a lot of privileges. I want to address this a little bit because it's very important you guys know, if you're playing Toll in this campaign, you don't need to cancel your privileges. A lot of people have asked in previous videos in my Byzantine campaign and such, when do you cancel your privileges? If you want to do a world conquest, sure, you can cancel your privileges if you want to increase your max absolutism to 100, but if you don't do a world conquest, it's actually better to just keep the privileges, especially if you're playing Toll. And I'll be dodging around my privileges, modifying, changing, removing, adding, and I'll let you guys know what I'm doing when I'm doing it, not to fear. Right now we got 50 total income, which is actually the highest in the world, but we're going to double down on this. We have 65% of the English Channel node, which earns us 25 ducats, and we have merchants transferring from all of the adjacent nodes into our node right now. We're going to get more, and we're going to double down on this particular power as we progress. We want to increase our centers of trade maximum, of course. We also want to get above 50 power projection, so we actually have 1 extra of each power point. So let's see who our rivals are right now. That would be the Danes, the Burgundians, and oh, the third one's a tough one because I actually kind of want to get an alliance with the English eventually. You know what I'm going to do though? I am going to be scornfully insulting the Burgundians, which is going to give me 10 power projection for now, and we'll figure out who we want as our third rival in a few moments. Let me also get some more ships. We are over our naval force limit, but it's fine. It's actually worth getting even more ships as we increase our trade power in the English Channel even more if we get more ships, right? We also can do this particular mission right now. Actually, we can just divert our ships temporarily into the Lübeck node, and that's going to increase our trade power there, which in turn means it's going to give us the ability to do this mission, support the bulk trades. There you go. That way we got 59 ducats, which is better than nothing. It also means we can do the Baltic trade supremacy. It's going to give our leader 1 diplomatic power, and we can get trade efficiency plus 10% until the Age of Reformation, which is flat out just insane amounts of money as consequence. Plus, I'm going to be getting an alliance with the Swedes that have broken away from the Danes, because I can use them in my future wars against Denmark. I'm honestly allied to some of the best nations out there, so I'm not worried whatsoever. We also finished building churches in every single one of our provinces. I'm going to be doing the same with workshops, counting houses, and such. We want to have every single building in every single province in essence. Now, we have managed to get some favors with the French, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade them for soldiers, for ducats, and everything in between. I am going to keep some of these favors though, because I'm going to be able to use use the French in my wars, of course, against the Burgundians. But not only, I also need to use them to cancel the French alliance with Liège, which has been a little bit of an annoyance, let's say. When it comes to the developing part of the campaign, well, let's just say that we can easily develop our provinces for close to nothing. 15 just to develop Ghent alone is crazy. And on average, it's 16, 18 already the ability to develop our provinces. This is 20 development and it's just 18 to develop. It's been developed 9 times and it's still super cheap. By far, the Netherlands / Holland or the Low Countries are insanely overpowered when it comes to playing toll, and we're going to be abusing the schnitzel out of that today, of course. I'm also going to be doing a lot of centralization of states in this particular run, which is going to lower the governing cost, lower the maintenance of states, and increase the local prosperity, because remember, prosperity is king in a playing toll campaign. Also want to give a bit of an overview of the world around right now. Muscovy is the big dog in the east. The Poles are also pretty big, but they have their own issues. They have not managed to get the Teutonic Knights, which is sad for them, but I guess good for the Teutons. The Ottomans are massive as well. They did not manage to get over Mamluks yet, so there's that. Tunis is pretty huge. Tlemcen managed to survive. The Castilians managed to get their union over Navarra, Aragon, and Naples. And the French are massive, but they haven't taken the English lands, thanks to us, because they were basically in the same war together fighting for my independence, and that allowed the English to get quite a few alliances and get a little bit stronger, which is preventing the French from attacking the English right now. Now, me getting barracks is also very important because we are a tiny country, so we need to get as much manpower as possible. We're only up to 30,000 max manpower, which is not that much. And speak of the devil, the Teutons have just rivaled me, which is good because I did need a third rival. So there we go. The game has answered and has offered us a proper challenge of a rival. Oh, I got permanent claims on all of the Baltic centers of trade, don't I? Oh, this is actually cringe. I might actually attack them, and maybe I can call in the Poles and actually keep Königsberg and Danzig. It's not a priority though. I'm not gonna do it just yet. Maybe instead I'll do this. This would be juicy, like actually juicy. And in the same war, we could even grab some of the other cities and get more trade power in the north, which would allow us to get more trade value filtered from the Lubeck node into our main node. I'm gonna in the meanwhile improve relations with nations that are pissed off with me because of the aggressive expansion, so I can more easily lower their aggressive expansion. Ooh, 50% cheaper, you say? I actually don't mind that. Also, I'm gonna be disinheriting Willem because he's horrible. I don't even know why I didn't disinherit him earlier, but it's time he goes. It's gonna put us at -8 prestige, but it's not the end of the world. Anything is better than Willem, okay? 411 is just not gonna cut it in my court. Now we're talking, boys. We just unlocked -10 development cost reduction, so we're developing provinces for 10, 11, 13, freaking 12 development in our cap. It's just, I love this. I freaking love this, man. And we also have an extra merchant, so let's see where exactly we're gonna place them for max efficiency here. I guess transferring from Rhineland into Champagne and then from Champagne into our node would be the smart idea, wouldn't it? Yeah, look at that. So that basically increased our trade value by 2 ducats, which is huge in the English Channel. Oh my god, the Austrians just attacked Switzerland. What a bunch of warmongers. Do have a lot of extra crownlands, so I'm going to be selling some titles, seizing some crownlands, and then I can use the extra titles that I sold to upgrade my centers of trade. I think I'm going to do level 3 center of trade in Amsterdam. That does mean we're going to need 25 development here, so we're going to change for a second to encourage development. 8 mana to develop once. That is crazy. And 7 in Den Haag. I mean, come on, dude. This is just ridiculous. In 1494, by the way, we're getting these stats. So production is going to be king here, obviously, as well as manpower, but mostly just production. There you go, 25. That means we can turn this into a world port, and that's going to significantly double down on our trade power in the English Channel. Similarly, we're going to be doing Antwerpen into a level 2 center of trade now. Because we have Amsterdam as a level 3 center of trade, we are developing the province of Den Haag for 4 mana points in 1494. Holy schnitzel, dudes. Holy freaking schnitzel. That is just ridiculous, man. Once we get 30 development, we can also expand infrastructure once more. So boom, it's gonna go down to 30 mana at 30 development after it's been improved 15 times. That is just crazy, brother. Actually crazy, man. I'm so hyped for this. I love playing Toll in this game, honestly. And because of the extra development, we have outshined or eclipsed the Burgundians. It means we need to get a new rival. I'm actually actually gonna get the Austrians as a rival. You know what? Screw you, Austria. Far too long have my people been under the thumb of the emperorship, okay? It's time we take the reins and we become the real MVP in the HRE. Oh, a talented and ambitious daughter. A 3-6. Okay, I'm gonna give her a proper Dutch name here, guys. Yeah, that's right. I know what you're thinking. Ludi, are you gonna call her Kartoffelsteiner? Yes, I am. Kartoffelsteiner, in fact, is a famous Dutch name, in case you're not aware of this. It's very common, very common. All my Dutch people can confirm, everyone knows this is a real name. It's also time to increase our army size. We're gonna go to 7 artillery and 20 infantry, and that should be enough for us to start the war with Burgundy. France's opinion of Holland. Oh, hails to the yes. Austria declared war on Bohemia. Oh, we might even not have to fight the Austrians if we wait for a while, because they're going to be in a pretty serious war there. Or actually, just attack them now. That's like, honestly, perfect opportunity. There you go, colon everybody and their mamas. And let's go, boys. It's time for the war ski. Let's look at the map. Okay, yeah, we're totally winning this. Look at the amount of nations on our side and basically no one on Austria's side. Now, we do have to push for Austria and peace them out. The reason for that is because I want to attack Liège whilst I'm at war with Burgundy. So the way this works, if I attack Liège, which is allied right now to the French would not join on their side, obviously, because they're fighting in my Burgundian war. But I cannot do it whilst I am at war with the Emperor. So I need to peace out the Emperor, namely Austria, before I declare the war and before I peace out Burgundy. I could also ask the French to focus on the Austrians, so I could give objectives to the French. There you go. I could also do the same with the Poles, give objectives to the Poles to siege down Austria's lands so that it's easier for me and faster for me to peace out Austria. But this is RNG. The AI doesn't necessarily listen to what I tell it to do. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. I also went up to 3 stability simply because I have a lot of extra admin and I'm already ahead of time with my admin technology, so why not, right? The Dutch Catholic philosopher Erasmus has arrived, 50% cheaper, and also those of you that are in the university in Europe know what Erasmus is. It's also a scholarship that you can have where you can go to other countries in Europe and learn whatever you might be learning from those particular areas. Erasmus, big W. I actually used Erasmus myself when I was in university, so highly recommend it. If you're in university in Europe, you should use it. Take advantage of it. It really will enrich your cultural information about the rest of the European Union by traveling to another country. Okay, looks like our allies have been doing very well and they've been sieging down the northern parts. I'm gonna go for trade power, obviously, here. Or no, I'm actually gonna go for trade steering and trade power. That means we would have to stay in this for 1 more month. Let's go. 1 month has passed and we got 1 innovativeness too. And voila, that means the Saxe-Lauenburgians will be transferring their trade towards our node, which is amazing because it means we get even more money in our node now. There you go. Same for you guys. Arrivederci, Ditmartian. Thank you for being a team player. And by team player, I mean subject in a way. Holy mother of God. Can you actually fold today, freaking Vorarlberg? Christ's sake, Vorarlberg. Oh, come on. Please fold. Yeah, I had a slight suspicion this might happen. Freaking Burgundy unconditionally surrendered. This is really bad. You need to fold Vorarlberg. Please, just come on, do it, please. Christ's sake, do it. There you go. All right, now we can do the peace deal with the Austrians. And war reps, we can do war reps. Yeah, it's fine. Better than nothing. At least we managed to destroy the economy of Austria, right? That means we go back now. But the Liège war, I'm actually going to call in the Swedes. And I wish I could co-belligerate Köln, because remember that I would love to absolutely vassalize them right now. Actually, how much is it to vassalize them? It's a little bit too much. Yeah, I'm not going to do that then. But I'm going to release Paderborn out of them and I'm going to make them weaker so that maybe they disappear or stay as a 1 province minor and then I can vassalize that. Okay, can I actually get a break, guys? Come on. 64% siege again. Like, what is this RNG, brother? Why does it have to go up to 64% every single time? I would absolutely love to vassalize these bastards, but sadly, the aggressive expansion would absolutely kill me, so that's not happening. Now, that being said, we do have to peace out the Danes ASAP because war exhaustion is killing me. I'm at 7 war exhaustion and I'm getting 0.30 per month. It is not good. So that being said, we could do something like this. Give them provinces in Sweden. I would be a bit of a scumbag, but I don't care. So, hey, what happened in Sweden? Oh no! Better choose your allies more carefully next time, huh? Sweden. The good part about this is also that I'm keeping my ally and I can take Stockholm for myself in the next war and call in Sweden to help me do so. Because remember, Stockholm is one of those permanent claims I got since it is one of the centers of trade in the Baltic. That's just 9 brain. I'm taking advantage of everyone in my campaign, basically. I'm actually going to vassalize Liège, so that's going to be a little bit of aggressive expansion, but it's actually less than what we'd be getting otherwise. And the reason for that, guys, and this is very important, is because we don't want to lose our third reform here, the centralized bureaucracy. If we get one more province even, we would lose this. And we really don't want to lose this because centralizing states 50% cheaper, development cost reduction, etc. is huge for us, right? So we're going to keep this as a subject. Now, as consequence, when it comes to the Burgundians, we will actually give some lands to France because we're nice. But Namur we're not taking for ourselves. Instead, what we're doing is we're releasing Namur as an independent nation, which will have a guarantee from us. So it's going to be extremely easy for us to actually diplomatically vassalize them. Problem is that we have cores of theirs. I actually kind of forgot about that, not gonna lie. 15 development core. That changes things. Okay, well, in that case, we're gonna cancel the guarantee. I don't think I'm gonna be diplo-vassalizing them. I'm just gonna wipe them out. And we're upgrading the Amsterdam Bourse, which means we'll be getting our trade building upgraded, so we'll be getting a stock exchange here, right? Now it's time to Chilium. We're not attacking anyone for a while. We're gonna be going back to playing toll because we have no more manpower left. But hey, our capacity increased to 40,000 from developing provinces, which is pretty cool. I feel like Sweden might not be the alliance that I was hoping for it to be, so I'm gonna cancel it because it's right now taking up one of my diplo relation slots. Oh my god, dude, seriously, Poland? I literally just got out of a war, brother. I mean, I guess I might as well help. I'm not doing anything anyway. For the next government reform, obviously we're going to be going for the expand temple right, which is going to give us unrest reduction plus local tax from churches, and you guessed it, we have a church in every single province. We got the military reform event. It might be that this is the only time when I'm going to go only for reforming the navy. 90% of the times I go for reforming only the army. But I do need the diplomatic points, and the diplomatic tech cost reduction by 10% is huge, so we're going to be reforming the navy only for this particular playthrough, which is crazy to say out loud. All right, we managed to get diplomatic tech 8, so now we can build a shipyard in every province we have, meaning we can get even more trade ships. We will need to increase our buildings in Overstrich and Gelre, so I'm going to be expanding infrastructure. That should give me the extra building slot. We can also develop this province a little bit too. We have not really been developing it much at all. There you go. That is an extra, what, 15, 16 more ships we can build now? I think it's also time for me to start my golden era. This means developing is also going to be 10% cheaper because we get the all power cost minus 10%. So it's time for us to develop our provinces once more for 4 mana points, which is just amazing. I love this so much. And we double down on that with some expanding of infrastructure again. Now, because of our introduction of the Admiralty national idea, we can now recruit 25% Marine Force. So that means we can recruit the Marines, which is a special type of unit. Basically, Marines don't take up manpower, they take up sailors. So not only that, but they also get no crossing penalties. They disembark faster, and the only downside is that they take a little bit of extra shock damage. So we're going to use the Marines to offset the fact that our manpower is only at 48,000 max right now. And seeing as we're using sailors a lot, we're going to be building the docks, which give a ton of extra sailors. Yay! Courtesy of our Master of Mint and our Trader, we now can get 200 of each mana point. So what we're going to do is we're going to fire these bad boys, get the mana points, and then we're going to be hiring them right back. And also, I just realized this guy is not level 5. Why is he not level 5? He should have been level 5 a while back. And I am aware that I'm not able to expand much out of my borders, but I could always just give this stuff to my subjects. So I'm going to give Liège the provinces of Upper Guelders and Hainaut. Trade ideas is also done, so now we can get an extra merchant. That means we have 2 more merchants. Oh my god, what am I even gonna do with these bad boys? So by this point, I would be using them to transfer from the New World and from Africa more trade. But right now, I guess I can use them to transfer from the Baltic, one of them, and maybe even from Saxony, or otherwise I'll use them from Bordeaux. Let's say which one. Let's test and see which one renders us more money. Now we're also getting a regimental camp in every single province too, which means that despite having 4 14 freaking provinces. We are gonna have a bigger army than the French, double the economy of the French already, so it's just amazing. I feel like I might be giving Liège a little bit too much power, but it's fine. It's worth it if you think about it. Now, that being said, we don't really need to care about the HRE much, right? And my plan of getting the electoral ship from Köln kind of failed. They also are a little bit annoying, so I'm also going to take advantage of the fact that the emperor changed now. We have Württemberg, the one province minor, as the new emperor, not Austria, because they have a woman, so they didn't pass the pragmatic sanctions in time. Feels bad for them, but don't care about it too much. It means the HRE is not as important as it would have been otherwise, so it means we can probably just form the Dutch nation, leave the HRE, and not have to care about it. Before we do that, though, I'm going to do a deving session. So I'm going to be selling some titles, which means I'm going to have minus 10 dev cost reduction from the burghers now. So let's go again. 4 mana to develop my provinces. Oh, this is just beautiful, guys. Look at this. We can get up to like 30 development in every province without any issue. Basically just standardize the development we have in our country right now. And the reason 30 is such a magical number is because remember, we can expand infrastructure. Oh, actually, I just realized we can get 2 more centers of trade to level 3 since we have the money for that now. And that's all the centers of trade that we have right now. I would actually like to get Calais. I might fight the English later just to get the port of Calais since it's such an important trade center. It's 28 trade power by itself. And then if it's in our hands, it can go up to 100 trade power, which is crazy. There you go. The International Center of Economy. Antwerpen gets their trade center upgraded to level 2. If no trade center is present, adds a level 2 center of trade, or otherwise gets 2 base production, 1 mercantilism. Voila, boys. We also can get up to 50 units. Oh my lord. I'm gonna go a little bit over my force limit though, up to say 54. Yeah, 54, or better yet 56 is fine. So I have 2 actual armies, and I'm gonna be getting some more regimental camps so I don't actually am over my force limit. We're making so much money right now, I don't even know what to do with it. I pretty much have most of my buildings fully upgraded, and you gotta remember we don't even have the protect trade decree in our provinces right now, so we're getting about 8% less than what we normally get, which is close to 90% of the trade power in the English Channel with just our province. Remember, there's more provinces that belong to the English Channel outside of our country than there is in us, but we have basically 90% of the channel because of all the trade power from our centers of trade, from our ships. We have 100 light ships right now. We need to get an admiral because that my dude just died. Oh, actually, I need to upgrade them. How much would that cost me? 1,600 to upgrade them. Super worth it. Look at that. Our trade went down by 30% simply from our ships not protecting trade. We're getting literally 30% from the ships. That's insane. So obviously, it's super worth it going over the naval force limit. Right now, we are 30 roughly over the naval force limit, which is not too bad. I'm also going to be centralizing state because I will be integrating my subjects in a few years, and I might as well just use the centralization of state mechanic whilst I can. Oh, look at that. Sweden Denmark just integrated Norway. I think it's time, guys. I'm not gonna linger around with the HRE anymore. It's time we form the Dutch nation. Skibbity boo, skibbity bay. We are the Hollandicuse. We're doing this because we need to take advantage of some of the missions that we have as the Dutch. We cannot skibbity boo anymore for too much longer. So first off, supremacy in the channel. Boom. That means we got the 50% trade advisor. We already have a level 5 trade advisor that's 50% cheaper, so it doesn't make much of a difference. Founding of the Landstaat gives us some morale of armies, which is not bad. Now, the thing that really changes playing toll meta as the Dutch and will allow us to eventually develop provinces for close to nothing, well, one of the things is this particular mission, fixed garrison. Basically, every fort province in the Low Countries is going to grant us dev cost minus 5% alongside production efficiency and fort defense. Now, if we complete the defensive ideas, it will double the bonuses above. So by going for this particular mission and going for defensive ideas, we will have minus 10% development cost reduction in every single province in the lowlands. So obviously we're going to go defensive ideas. One of the main themes of this run is to play toll, right? So that's pretty freaking awesome. We also can do cloth trading now, which is going to give us some trade value. And in order to do the dye works, we need to have the Dutch polders upgraded to level 3. That is going to give us an extra 5% goods produced modifier and provincial trade power modifier plus 20%. So that's not too difficult actually. To do the land reclamation, we just need to have a port. We don't have ports in most of our provinces, if any. So we need to start building ports in all of these. We can also institute the States Navy, which is going to give even more bonuses. A regiment of the Marines will give us until the end of the game an extra 20% Marine force limit. So remember that we already have 25%. So that means we can have up to 45% of our force limit as Marines, meaning that we in essence have 2 manpower pools because we have a lot of sailors, 43,000 maximum sailors, and we also have 50 or 74,000 max manpower. So we just have insane amounts of manpower with just freaking 14 provinces. Plus, our Marines, if we give the Black Devil privilege for the burghers, will give a land fire damage increase, get rid of the shock damage received modifier, but we'll reduce the amount of Marines we can have by 10%. So they're going to be literally better than regular soldiers, which is crazy. It means that we really want to have as many Marines as possible in our armies now. Of course, we can also do this particular mission, which will give us a university in our most developed province in the Low Countries, and Northern Renaissance will give us possible advisors and admin advisor cost reduction. Plus, we get a cheaper artist. So that's actually a pretty good artist, man. Tales of Gold and Spice will give us an explorer, so we can start colonizing the world. Remember that we also have the Dutch trade fleet, which increases our colonial range. So that plus the extra 25 colonial range from this particular mission means that we can start colonizing. In fact, this entire lower part here revolves around creating a colonial empire. So in Europe, we're not expanding outside of what we have right now with our subjects, but outside of Europe, we will create a colonial empire in this playthrough, so I don't get bored. Now, one more thing that happened is the Protestant Reformation triggered, and I was not fast enough. I actually kind of didn't notice it, but hey, I noticed it now. In any case, the Protestant Reformation is huge, and for us, I'm thinking, should I go Protestant or should I go Reform? Because technically the lowlands are reformed. And I also want to do a little bit of a historical gameplay, right? We have historical Dutch path, so we're going to go Reform. We're waiting until the Reformation branches out and we got the reformed part of the Reformation. I am going to build 3 separate ships so I can explore the new world with them. I don't want to use the 100 ships I have in my main trade node. I want to keep nice round numbers around. Also, we're going to be building a fortification in every province because of that development cost reduction and production efficiency bonus that we're getting, right? That means having a fort in every province is absolutely mandatory now. It really is funny, but this one freaking mission makes the Netherlands insanely OP for playing Toll. It's crazy. And it's such a unique thing. I love this. It's honestly my favorite mission right now. Oh, we can also get a chance to capture enemy ship plus 10% until the end of the game by having 40 ships privateering. So we could privateer, say, the Lubeck node just for one month. So we get that mission done. There we go. Now that that's done, we can port our fleet back to regularly protecting trade and human skis. All right, assign our explorer now. Explore, please, sir. Let's go with the West African Sea first. Finally, we managed to get the Constitutionalism and General Estates event, a unique event for the Dutch, where we have 2 options. We can become a republic, or we can stay as a monarchy, but a special type of monarchy. It's kind of like a mix between monarchy and republic where you have plutocratic ideas. We also can, as of after this particular reform, hire the Indiaman ship, a unique Dutch ship. So we're going to replace all of our ships with these. Plus we get Liberty Desire on other continents. So all of our colonial nations will get this particular modifier. Trade efficiency, heavy ship compatibility, and no stability loss on monarch death. I'm going to actually go Republican. And we're going to go for the unique government reform that the Dutch have. We don't really care about absolutism because, well, let's face it, we're not an absolute society, are we now? Now, seeing as now we can actually recruit the unique Indiaman ships, they give 20% more ship trade power, plus they have 33% more cannons, and you can transport units with them. So in essence, you don't need to hire transports, you just use some of your Indiaman in order to transport and invade around around the world. It's insane. These are honestly some of my favorite ships overall. And now I know what some of you thinking, Ludi, why didn't you say monarchy? It's better. Well, hear me out here. Getting the parliament has its own benefits. In our case, getting the parliament means that we can more quickly integrate our subjects, diplomatic annexation cost reduction, or we could also go for the extra merchant, getting more trade and more money in the process, or just overall, whatever the case, we have a lot of options here. I think I'm gonna actually go for the diplomatic annexation cost because I would like to start annexing my subjects at some point in the nearby future. And I will be giving Den Haag the first seat in the parliament, boom, exempt from conscription, and that means we passed our first parliament diet. And the best part is this, look at this, guys. Our options for leaders are a 643 or a 443. Holy mother of schnitzel. That is crazy. Also means that now we can do this particular mission, and we're gonna go for the oranges candidate, which is gonna give +1 to ruler stats. Also gone ahead and I've hired a secondary explorer so we can more quickly explore the new world and the whole world, really. As our third idea said, I was initially gonna go for economic, but I decided to switch over to exploration ideas because I would like to start getting that colonial empire now before it's a little bit too late, and then we can go economic next, or better yet, we can go defensive next, because remember, that's going to double the amount of development cost reduction we get from our forts, and we're basically building a fortification in every province now. I'm also not planning to go to war for a while, so I'm going to be using the extra manpower I've got to quickly finish building the Amsterdam Bourse. Oh, that is so freaking worth it. 25% cheaper grade projects is exactly what I needed. And apparently the French are also going colonial. They've actually colonized the province of Araguin, but not to fear, we can start colonizing the Golden Coast area all the way to Karoo. Which area is better though, Karoo or this one? I'm gonna go ahead and say Bifara is better because that is right next to Jolof, so we can actually attack Jolof and get a few more provinces here, which in turn means we can establish a proper trading company in this area from which we can even get a merchant eventually. I'm actually gonna start getting my claim on Jolof ASAP, and I'm gonna prepare an invasion, peacekeeping force. We do need more India man before we do that, so let's go ahead and recruit as many as 1,000 ducats can give us. Since we have discovered the West Indies, we can get some trade steering, ship trade power propagation plus 10% as well. If you ever struggle with selecting only naval units, what you could do is just hold the left control button and that only select your naval units. Now that we got these 23 India men, let's use them to ship on over some of our units to pacify this region. They've already destroyed my colony once because they like instantly rebelled, so I'm not making that mistake again. This time there is no natives. Oh, nobody here when we arrived? Yeah, that's right. You got no proof there was anybody here, do you now, buddy? Oh, look at that. We explored even more of the coastline. I'm gonna get a colony adjacent to Congo and do the exact same thing I'm gonna be doing to Jolof, if you know what I mean. I'm also claiming Defender of the Faith title temporarily. I'm only doing it to get the bonuses off of this. I don't actually care about the Catholic faith because you guys know I'm going to be going reform, right? Another mission we can easily do is by getting a 60% clergy loyalty. Boom, there you go. That gave us 100 admin, which put us over 999, so I just lost 100 men. I didn't even pay attention to that. Oh no! Ludi, you're supposed to be a good E4 player. What the hell, man? Okay, time to upgrade the Dutch Pilgrims. And now the second fleet that I've got, I'm going to use to protect trade in the Lubeck node, which should give me significantly more trade power. Right now, we only got 20%, so let's see what it's going to look like after our ships arrive. Of course, also, the Commonwealth has attacked the Teutons. Oh, man, that's kind of unfortunate because I kind of felt like attacking the Teutons myself. They only have 2 provinces left. This would have been an easy grab on Königsberg, but I guess I just wasn't fast enough. Oh, we're gonna have to take out our rage on Gaboo. That's right, boys. We're attacking Gaboo. I don't want to reconcile. Screw you, Austria. You're the worst. Wait, why the hell is there a crusade on Songhai out of all nations? Like, what? What is this all about? All right, boys, we have 2 unique government reforms for the tier 5 as the Dutch. The Staatsleger, which means that no mercenary company is going to cost army professionalism, and this is huge because we will have insane amounts of money. So if we want to, we could just spam mercenaries infinitely and win every single war we might ever have. Or we could go for ships can repair in coastal sea zones, marine force limit increase, chance to capture enemy ship, and national sailors modifier. Obviously, no brainer. This is the one to go for, especially if you're going for a colonial empire like we are going. This is going to be of massive help. Now let's go ahead and wipe out the Jolof natives. Hey, we can also do land reclamation now, which is going to give production efficiency and construction cost minus 20 for 20 years, plus distributes 5 production development. That's pretty cool too. I am also once again going to use some of my manpower for the Dutch polders because I'm not too worried about that little African skirmish. There you go. They are no match for the mighty Kanonensteiner. Also, I'm going to temporarily bring my fleet here just in the hopes that I can get some engagements going, and in the process I can maybe get a trait from my admiral. One of my mission is basically locked behind the fact that my admiral does not have a trait. Why is everybody calling me into their freaking wars? I'm not interested, guys. Come on. Classic Ludi, guys. We said we're gonna play Toll, and then we have 1,000 freaking wars at the same time. Now we did get that admiral trait from the battle up north, so that means now we can give out a privilege that makes our ships even better. Ship trade power plus 50% increase, but lowers the cannons by 25. Remember that we already have a bonus for cannons, right? So our 33% ship cannon is going to go down to 7% or whatever, 8%, but our ship trade power is going to go up to 70%. Dude, we're going to get 70% trade power from these ships. That is crazy, brother. Also, this is going to change our monument, the Amsterdam booze, by 1 level. Now it should be level 2. Let me just double check that. It is level 2, so that means it's going to be level 3. Skibbity-dee, skibbity-boo. And we also get the extra bonus here, which is yearly inflation reduction and trade steering plus 25% alongside the trade power modifiers and the trade company investment cost reduction that we already were getting from before. It is, I'm falling in love with this run. I love this particular mission tree. Is my favorite by far. If you take a good look at the lands of Jolof, only the coastline of Jolof is actually in the Ivory Coast trade node, which is the provinces we're interested in right now. So we're not annexing the entirety of Jolof. We're just taking the coastline here. We don't need to stay in this war for any longer. Boom shakalaka don'ts. That means we have 5 or 6 provinces within the Ivory trade node already before even colonizing the province of Bifada, which means that we can establish a trade company and filter significantly more trade into our node afterwards. And we're just going to basically rinse and repeat this, do the same. We're going to get more of the Ivory Coast trade node from attacking and taking all the provinces by the coastline of Congo. So that's another 5 provinces we're going to add to the Ivory Coast, and then we're going to colonize more of the lands as well. Benin, of course, we're taking the Beninian provinces on the coastline, not the ones inland. Don't care about those as much. Now we're talking, baby. We can start building weapons manufactories, and we can do the University of Leiden. That means we get a university in Den Haag. Oh my dude, Austria gained back the emperorship. Come on. No, freaking Austria, man. There you go. We did manage to get him up to 65, and we also can do the Dutch Baroque architecture. That gives us Monsieur Peter Post, very important person in Dutch history everybody knows about. I totally know about him stuff, okay? Don't ask anything. I don't need to prove myself to you. I'm an art connoisseur, god dang it. I'm an art connoisseur. What I'm really trying to go for here, guys, is get this mission done. Golden Youth. So this is going to give me 1 extra golden age, or extended by 50 years if we already are in a golden age, which we already are in right now. Plus, of course, plus 2 monthly splendor and cost of advisors with ruler's culture minus 20%. So we're basically going to have cheap as shit advisors the rest of the campaign. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Benin would love to be our allies. Imagine the first time you encounter another civilization, and instead of making peace and trying to share knowledge with one another and be friends, they just want to wipe you out. That's so bad, bro. I hate civilizations like that, you know? But this is just a video game, so don't worry about it. Grow the fuck up. If a freaking video game shit bothers you, then you need to literally touch some actual grass outside. Oh god, I knew getting Defender of the Faith is gonna bite me in the ass. No! Shit! Hungary! calls for aid, and hopefully France will answer. Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. Hungary literally has like 7 provinces separated from one another. Oof, disgusting. We're gonna need to increase the amount of soldiers we have in mainland Europe. Let's go with 26, 4, and 10 for now. We literally have more income than the Ottomans have. And look at the size of the freaking Ottomans. They're literally half the freaking planet, brother. They ate all of the Balkans, Anatolia, half of the freaking Middle East. Oh, also, I just noticed Persia formed. Kudos, kudos. Who did that? The Timurids. The Timurids formed it. Okay, no more kudos. I'm actually going to help the Africans out a bit. How am I helping them? Well, I'm taking their trade power and I'm canceling their allies. So they've got the freedom to fight out amongst each other and maybe unify into one bigger bloc. Well, 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 color me surprised. The little natives don't want to fight against the greatest empire ever. Yeah, I expected that. I did. Now, that being said, we probably should get rid of our rebels and afterwards use these units back in Europe, because I'm not sure what's happening, but I am scared. I'm definitely scared. I don't think the Ottomans will actually get to me, though. I highly doubt the Ottomans are really going to be that stupid to try and get to the Netherlands. Oh, might as well get 30 units now since we like round numbers. We don't want 29. 30 sounds better. Okay, the Ottomans are here, guys. This is scary. This is very, very scary. Me no likey what's happening here. I'm getting my ass handed to me. They got 110 discipline compared to my 100, and morale is about the same, but the discipline is the big one here. Yeah, I'm gonna back up and see maybe I can do a white piece or something of the sorts. What do you want? Release Kabul? No, I'm not gonna do that. Go away. I'm gonna stay in this until you won white piece, you scumbag. Kabul is an integral part of my society. I cannot do that. Also, I'm not sure where it is. It's gotta be one of the native lands, right? All right, let's try again. This time, I'm honestly just attacking so that I relieve the fort in Friesland, because right now Friesland is getting its ass kicked. It was at 20% or something, so that would have fallen any moment now. Even if I lose this battle, at least I don't need to worry about Friesland falling under Ottoman control. Basically, exactly same tactic. We're attacking in Oldenburg, so we relieve the siege in Friesland, because they will be coming in here to help out in Oldenburg. We're just gonna keep doing this again and again until they give up, you know, or accept the white peace. I got lots of time, Ottomans. I got nothing but freaking time, okay? I know I'm losing war score. It's actually not going good. What am I gonna do? Okay, you know what? Screw this, man. I'm gonna go full-on freaking mercenary. Look at this. I got 1,700,000 ducats, okay? I'm gonna get all the freaking mercenaries. All of them. Just watch me. We're gonna go a Grand Company. We're gonna go Free Company. We're gonna go Swiss Company. Wait, actually, do they have any good general companies here? The homie Amazons are not too bad, but I have to recruit them in Africa. I don't want to transport them. I'm too lazy. Flemish Company doesn't seem too bad either, actually. Let's go for the Flemish people too. And we're gonna be consolidating our regiments so we don't completely tank our economy. There you go. We're only, what, like 80 over our force limit or something now. Oh, look at that. They're getting closer to white peace. A lot closer. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm talking about, boys. All right, let's see these Ottomans hold off against a ridiculously high amount of units now. There you go. I didn't think you could do that, Otto bros. Now let's win against this army here. So hold back our main army, actually. Don't need to waste our own manpower pool. We can just waste the mercenary manpower pool. Oh, skibbity boo, skibbity bay. Why are the Ottomans still winning? This is scary as shit. Doo-doo. Okay, we did win because we reinforced, but that was actually insane. Bro, the Ottomans are so overpowered in this game. Like, it's crazy. You know what? I think I'm okay with an extra merchant now. Let's go with support for the oranges. There you go. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna give them 2 war score, 103 ducats. That's fine. All right, now we can start rebuilding our country and we can do more of our missions. I don't know why I was even in that freaking war. Reality is I should have peaced out a while back because the Protestant Reformation has branched out into the Reformed part and we want to convert the Reformed. Before we do that though, let's go ahead and get this particular mission done. That means we have the Venerable Osterdish Company, which is a burger privilege that allow us to recruit the East India Man Company, as well as it gives trade company investment cost minus 10% and a few other benefits. So let's go ahead and go for that. Actually, we're gonna need those trade company investment bonuses, of course. Do this as well. Boom. Ask for contribution clearly, and now we're going to be rebuilding, lower the autonomy in the annexed provinces of Friesland, and of course develop it so we get rid of that horrible devastation. Plus, we can delete the mercenary companies. We actually don't need any of them. We can rely on our own units. We just have to hire back our units now. The Ottomans have literally ravaged us, boys. We have been ravaged. Let's go ahead and recruit more sailors as well, because we do have a ton of marines that we can get. And check this out, boys. We're transferring 7.7 ducats from the Ivory Coast now. That's going to increase more once we establish the trade company. We're up to 69.7 value here, which means we're collecting 111 ducats just from trade alone in the main channel. Holy shit, man. My brain is like mush. I forgot to go reformed again. All right, now we're actually reformed, okay? We don't even have a central reformation because we're a little bit late with that, but it's fine. You know what? It's actually fine. Let's start with converting Den Haag in Amsterdam, and then we work our way towards everything else. Oh, wait, no, we did get a central reformation. Wait, is there only literally 2 reformed nations? Is it just us and the Scots? No freaking shot. Surely there's more reformed nations, right? Dresden is a central reformation. Oh, Scotland became reformed, and then they got converted back to Catholicism. Ooh, interesting. Oh, wow, that changed our clergy name to pastors. That's so cool. And these guys are pissed off. Of course they are. It's okay. Nobody cares, Liège. Calm down. Holy mother of decisions. Okay, well, now we should be able to convert stuff in 6 months, which is crazy. And also the reason I have not yet added provinces to the trade company is because they're not my religion. I want to convert them all to reformed before adding these provinces to trade company, because then if you add them to the trade company, you cannot convert them to your religion anymore, and that kind of sucks. The reason why I also like reformed is because after the more, I don't want to say recent because they're not necessarily recent, but after the changes they've had, reformed gives some insane interactions. If you go for trade, you get trade efficiency, global trade power, and goods produced. So as a trade / playing toll nation like us, it is actually God sent, this particular interaction, but it's not the only good one. War also gives morale of armies and morale damage, which really will help out, and stability gives development cost minus 10%, which is insane, brother. So yeah, this is by far the most optimal playing toll / trade religion right now. We're gonna activate trade. We can actually activate multiple of these at the same time, but it will lower our fervor, so we need to make sure we have enough monthly positive change before activating multiple interactions, or abilities, I guess you could call them. So we managed to also do handling of the stadtholders, and we went with the statist, which gave us some reform progress alongside national unrest and Republican tradition. The orangist would have been nice. That would have been if we went down the more Republican path, but we're not down that path, so it's okay. Nobody cares. This just brings us closer to the fate of the Confederation, which means we might even get the true freedom, which is the best outcome for us, because it means we get all power cost minus 2.5%, which again means that developing is 2.5% cheaper, as well as every single interaction that requires mana points is 2.5% cheaper, which is crazy. Hello, Governor. We came here looking for a cup of sugar. Do you have any sugar? You don't have any? Well, we'll just take your entire coastline instead. Pleasure doing business with you. We have minus 60% governing cost in this in the state from centralizing state. So that's 3 times that we did it. This is the 4th time we're doing it now. And just when you thought it doesn't get better, we can now get another 10% trade efficiency from the free enterprise privilege. Since we also managed to get a level 3 theologian, we can do the Dutch humanism, and that leads to the influx of immigrants, which means in turn we get even more innovation, and we get distributed 10 more development. Plus the enforced interface dialogue burger privilege will no longer give clergy loyalty malice. The same privilege is also going to give more tolerance of heretics, as well as max tolerance of heretics increase. Once we do unified confessions, we just need to increase our loyalty and get unity above 95%. So that's fairly easy, and we're going to do that. Oh, Gotland made the mistake of getting out of the trade league. So Gotland is not going to exist for too much longer. Let's go, baby. Gonna send off a beautiful invading force to Gotland. Rightful Dutch clay, everybody knows. That's why it's called Gotland. The etymology of the name Gotland comes from Dutch somehow. You know, I felt like I was forgetting something. It was the war in Africa. Oh, we got goons, guys. We have have the goons now. It is so freaking over for these bastards. I cannot even express how much I'm gonna be schnapple-duping everybody with my goons. I did not co-belligerate Riga because they're allied to the Swedes, and I didn't really want to have a bigger war, but I probably will annex them too. I don't think it's going to be too much aggressive expansion since both of them are really good trade cities in the Baltic. My god, so many missions, brother. A New Hope. Okay, so that's because we have in the Cape of Good Hope. Oh, a New Hope because we got trade power in the Cape of Oh my god, paradox. You guys. All right, that's gonna give us some manpower and stuff. Cool, I like that. Wait a sec, that went to Portugal because I don't actually own this province. Okay. Hey, exactly what I was thinking. 26 aggressive expansion for both of these cities is literally nothing, considering the benefits we're getting now from all the trade power here. We also just unlocked manufactories, which is just flat out money. Every manufactory is the equivalent of 5 production development to be more precise. So let's make sure we build these in all our states. I'm going to be selling some titles just so I get the money to build my manufactories a little bit faster. There we go. We got half of our manufactories already being constructed. And we already broke the 200 total income mark. Seeing as I've got 100,000 manpower, I'm going to use some of that to hasten the Dutch pilgrims here. Come on, boys. We need this. We need it for the mission as well, which is going to give us an extra 5% goods produced modifier. And let's actually start paying attention to this particular front. I've been like half asleep in this area, and the AI keeps going back whenever it realizes I'm not paying attention and taking back the war goal. Okay, let's see if we have enough war support. I just want the coastline, nothing else, Congo. You can keep the rest of your country, okay? All of the poor areas, inlands that nobody gives a shit about. I mean, the good stuff. You're keeping the good stuff, bro. Trust me. The dike works. Hello. Goods produced +5, a trade power modifier +20%, and we can also do cities of the Low Countries. We get until the end of the game construction cost reduction, province governing cost reduction, and goods produced +10%. Holy mother of God. Also, I just realized I've got 2 colonists. I got one for my mission, so I'm gonna make good use of that. Send one over to the border with Killa so we can make friendly relations with them, of course. That's why I'm doing that, clearly. And the other one we're gonna send to Manhattan for strategic doing our mission reasons. Let's see, is there anybody here? Oh no, it looks like we arrived in Manhattan and there was nobody around, so guess we're just gonna be claiming this area for ourselves now, won't we, guys? I mean, clearly we wouldn't do this if there were people around, right? Okay, it's actually not too bad. 80 per year colonist spread is decent considering we're playing as the Dutch. It's not like an amazing colonial nation like Portugal after all. But yeah, that means we got New Amsterdam, boom. So that means we've gotten a lot more development in that province now. Okay, I just noticed this. What the hell is happening here? Why is Bohemia a literal snake? They took all the gold mines too. They got the gold mine in Kep, they got the gold mine in Nitra. They've been snaking around to take everybody's gold mine. Is that what's happening here? Or are they going to be going for Kosovo next? Should we be worried here? Is Bohemia the real baddie all along? I'm literally 80 ships over my force limit, about 30 units, and I'm still making 100 ducats profit. I mean, come on, brother. Come on. I think it's time we also integrate Liège. I kind of forgot about doing that too. I got used to Liège being here. I actually forgot that they're my subject at one point. They do seem to hate my guts because I'm a different religion though. Oh yes, baby. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. We get the 7 provinces government reform, which lowers dev costs by 10%, increases goods produced modifier by 10, construction time and cost minus 10%, but provinces outside of the Low Countries in Europe get a minimum autonomy of 33. However, manpower in primary culture provinces 15 and same culture group provinces 15. So I'd say that's a pretty worthwhile trade in my opinion, especially since the only outside of lowlands provinces in Europe we have are Gotland and Riga, which I'm kind of thinking to just turn into a sort of a subject maybe at some point, release one of them and feed them the other province and turn into some sort of vassal trade republic maybe. That sounds pretty good to me. Oh god, Switzerland became a free city in the HRE. This is so cursed. The contrast between our main trade node than the rest of the nodes around the world is just ridiculous. Look at this. We're at 89. Second after us is Sevilla, Venice, Genoa, and then Constantinople and the rest are around 30 on average, with majority of the nodes around 15 to 18. And I love the fact that every province pretty much has a fort, which looks kind of like the release version of EU4, which I kind of played a few days ago and I actually had a lot of fun with, but it was brutal. If you're interested, there's a link in description to that. Now let's go ahead and enforce religion on these bad boys, placate them a few times so they're loyal again. That should increase their opinion of us because they don't have the -40 malice from being a different religion, so we can start integrating them. And we also have the fall of the Mamelukes now. The Eyalet Imizr has been established, as well as we have the Eyalet Arabia apparently. Surprisingly, Akoyunlu is still allied to the Ottomans, so that's a age-old relationship right there. I also kind of like these kind of playing toll runs where I am insanely overpowered, but I let the AI do its thing around the rest of the world just to see what actually happens. It's kind of like my second favorite part in these kind of playthroughs. Now I am going to leave it here, guys. I hope you enjoyed this part. I really want to do the next part because I'm having a lot of fun with this, so do make sure to leave that like, and don't forget to also subscribe if you enjoyed the content so we can reach that May 20th goal, maybe, or at least get close to it. Love you all, and I'll see you in the next one.